Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel where we love to talk about movies. Welcome especially if you're new. If you enjoy movies and like staying up to speed on what's in theaters and what's worth checking out, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a review. Alright, with that, we'll jump into today's review, which is for the Super Mario Brothers movie. I just saw it today in Dolby Cinema, and yeah, I just want to share my thoughts on it. So, there is overall, I'll give I won't really kind of refrain too much from going into details on the film. I won't go into like all the Easter eggs that I saw, but we'll talk kind of majority of the film. So if you want to go in blind, maybe come back to this review. My brief review though, before you maybe go and pause and come back later, is that this movie is a lot of fun and it's made for Mario fans. So it's probably not made for those who aren't familiar with the games and haven't played them. It's it's not necessarily made to be the best movie. It's made to be the best like fan service movie for Mario fans. So if you're a Mario fan, I definitely recommend seeing it. If not, maybe check it out, but it's probably not going to be your cup of tea. But yeah, overall letter grade of this is a B. It was just a lot of fun, and yeah, not quite a must see. I think I would need a little bit more depth in a movie and not be just pure fan service, but it was still just one fun ride to go along for. So with that, let's dive on in. We'll start with the synopsis, which this is the story of the Super Mario Brothers on their journey through the Mushroom Kingdom. Not much to it. That's what you're going to get with this film, is not a whole lot of story. And I think if you know that going in, that helps. That helped me anyway. And so I was just going in hoping to have fun, and that's what I had. So kind of in spirit of Mario, though, I thought I would do a mixture of blue and red lights in the background, so hopefully you enjoyed that. But kind of going through the characters, first and foremost, I really liked Peach. I thought it was great that she was the protagonist of the film. Yes, it's Mario's movie, it's got his name on it, but she's the one that's actually like doing stuff. Mario does stuff too, but like they really elevated her from where she's kind of had like her place in some of the games where Mario's just going after her to in this. I really love that she was there step for step with Mario, and fully capable of taking care of herself. And like Mario's there to help, but Mario's mainly getting Luigi back. He's not going to search for Peach. So I really liked that in this film. I thought, yeah, Peach was great. I liked seeing her with the different power-ups. Like when she gets the ice power-up in the end, I got total like Elsa vibes from Frozen. Like, yeah, Nintendo, they want to make that merchandise. They're like, oh, those Elsa stuff, that sells. Let's make an ice version of Peach and put that in our movie. So the only thing they didn't do though was give her a song to sing. So that you're not quite at Elsa level yet, Peach. But I liked seeing her there. I liked her in her like Mario Kart outfit when she's riding the bike. So I think they really knew what they were doing with this film to make it fun and make it super merchandisable. And I think Peach is definitely up there for a lot of that. Mario I liked as well. I was glad that they went with kind of just like a Brooklyn accent. You can definitely hear a lot of Chris Pratt, but he's, yeah, trying to do a Brooklyn accent. He's not trying to do the Mario voice. And I think that worked for the film. They do an over-the-top voice in like the initial commercial, and I thought that was funny and good to have in there. And they give like an explanation why they're in the clothes that they are. So I don't know. I just went with it, and I think that's what you got to do to enjoy the film, and I didn't have a problem doing that. So Mario is just a lot of fun. I think he's a kind of generic protagonist. He's new to all of this, but he's learning as he goes. He makes mistakes, he gets up again, and that sort of a thing. I liked that Luigi was the person that he was kind of seeking out and not Peach. I also really liked the bond that Mario and Luigi had. Like like you could totally tell they were brothers. They got each other's backs, and I liked them when they were, especially when they were together. I think Luigi also had some kind of cool side stuff, references to like Luigi's Mansion and stuff like that, giving him a bit more scary of a place to venture through. And then Toad also was a lot of fun. I'm surprised that so I've been playing Mario as long as I can remember, at least like watching my siblings play and stuff like that growing up. Being the youngest, I did, especially earlier on, more watching of my siblings play than especially my brothers. Not as much my sister. She always complains that she never got to play. But anyway, I did a lot more of that. Well, yeah, she she has good reason to complain. But there were five of us in the family, and oftentimes if it was a four-player game, it was the four boys and my sister often didn't get to play. But I'm thankful that I got to play and I got to watch. So shout out to my sister, though, who does watch my reviews, so I did not want to... I think she has valid complaints on that front. Anyway, back to this. I'm surprised with like all of my Mario exposure over the years. This was the first time I noticed that Toad is like the only Toad that has a mismatched head and vest, where his head is red and his vest is blue. And so like, cause we see like swarms of Toads and they're always matching. And I don't know. Maybe there's others, but I'm surprised like I didn't notice until now, because I'm pretty sure that is a thing. Like Toad is mismatched that way, but he's got the Mario color, so it's good. But Toad was a lot of fun. I thought that he was just a fun side character. It made me smile whenever he was on screen. So Bowser also I thought was as good as you could do for Bowser. I thought Jack Black brought the character to life and had a pretty good voice for what I'd want out of Bowser in a movie. There again, I think it's a pretty simple story. He just wants to marry Peach. Kind of goes about it in the wrong way, but can you blame a guy too much for having a crush on somebody? Yeah, you can when you're destroying worlds, but you know, I think he just needs some therapy. So yeah, I don't know Bowser, but he's a menacing foe, and it was kind of fun seeing him get jealous at Mario for hanging out with Peach, even though there isn't really anything there. I think they're just friends. But yeah, that was fun. And then Donkey Kong as well, I thought was good. I was worried that the Seth Rogen voice would just kind of wreck that character, but I thought the voice acting overall, while not like one-to-one, like it doesn't perfectly match the games, I just took it at face value for what it was in the movie, and I thought all of it kind of worked, even though some of it was different from the games. But there's other things too. Like I was surprised when they started off the movie and it was Brooklyn. I kind of was hoping it might be New Donk City from Super Mario Odyssey, but it wasn't. It was Brooklyn and New York City. I wonder if we'll ever get a New Donk City. It was interesting though, because we saw Pauline, I think, on the news. So there's like Easter eggs like that, and yeah, those are kind of throughout the whole movie. I almost said game because it just feels so much like a Mario game. I really like I think it's a Luma, and like the super depressed star. Yeah, I think they're Lumas. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. That's in like the cage next to Luigi. And I was like, this is a little depressing for a kid's film to have a character that's just like this depressed. But it's hopefully it's not too depressing for any kids, and I found it fairly comedic. But yeah, I liked kind of how they incorporated elements of the games, like the platforming and Mario Kart, especially the platforming. I was surprised how well it worked in the movie, and it's just kind of like, yeah, Peach sets up an obstacle course for Mario to run through because he's got to be able to do similar enough stuff when going up against Bowser. I'm like, okay, I'll buy into that. Again, not all the story beats made the most sense, but they weren't like illogical necessarily, and it was done like it's reason enough, and then you got the fan service in there, which that's, as a Mario fan, I'm not as big of a Mario fan as Zelda, we'll just clear that up, but I still really like Mario, and more than I maybe thought, like maybe a few weeks ago. I was getting really excited for this as the day came, because it's been out for like a week and a half, and I finally got around to seeing it, so. But yeah, overall, this was just a lot of fun. I saw this with a friend who's also a gamer, so I think it helps to go with the group. I laughed a lot more because I was seeing it with him and with like other people in the auditorium. So it's a fun movie if you're a fan of the games. Probably not so much, like this is not going to get you into Mario, I don't think. Maybe kids would still like it, but if they're not into Mario already, but probably adults aren't going to have the most fun with this if they didn't have any sort of previous experience with Mario. That would be my guess. If I'm wrong, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. If you didn't have a prior experience with Mario and you saw this and liked it, awesome. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, let me know in the comments below if you saw this, if you're a Mario fan to begin with. Did you like how fan servicey it was, or would you have liked to see more story? I thought it was good for what it was, which was just to be a fun movie, basically just a roller coaster of a movie. I give it a solid B for being so much fun. And I think there's going to be a range. Some people are probably going to put it up higher. Some people are going to put it lower than that. But for me, it wasn't necessarily a must-see. It's a fun film that I'm glad exists, and I liked it coming out of the theater. So Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe. And with that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.